Good thoughts from Vision's daily devotion, The Word for Today.
Ecclesiastes 3 in verse 7 tells us there's a time to be quiet and a time to speak. The word for today is about knowing when to be quiet. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th US president, was known as a reserved man who spoke very little. One day, when a reporter attempted to interview him, the conversation went like this. The reporter said, "Do you wish to say anything about the threat of war in Europe?" Coolidge said no. The reporter asked, "Do you have anything to say about the strike in the clothing factories?" Coolidge said no. The reporter then asked, "Do you have anything to say about the League of Nations?" Coolidge, no. The reporter, "Would you dare to comment on the farm production problem?" Coolidge, no. As the reporter was leaving the room, Coolidge unexpectedly called back to him and said with a smile, "Don't quote me." The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 and 7, "For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be quiet and a time to speak." Never allow yourself to be pressured into saying something you don't want to say or get drawn in when you don't feel like talking. Silence isn't a lack of communication, it's a form of communication that can be a very effective one. Proverbs 29:11 says, "A fool vents all his feelings, but a wise man holds them back." One thing is for sure, what you don't say, you won't have to explain or apologize for tomorrow. And if your tendency is to speak without thinking, or you have nothing constructive to add, weigh the situation carefully and ask God for wisdom before deciding if you should speak or be quiet. Remember Proverbs 17 verse 28. "Even a fool is counted wise when he holds his peace. When he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive." Knowing when to be quiet. That's Vision's Word for Today.
The Word for Today, Australia's most widely read daily devotion. Read it, share it or subscribe. Free at vision.org.au or in the Vision app. Just another way Vision is helping you look to God daily.